Good evening, Lacrosse fans. Welcome back inside the Langley Event Center, the home of the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships, right here on TFSE TV and LAC Sports Network. Jake Elliott, Brandon Astle with you. And Brando, I don't know about you, but I've been waiting to call this one for the better part of 20 years. It's a 3-0 Team Canada against 3-0 Iroquois Nationals. And the barn filling up here in Langley for a marquee matchup between the two best indoor lacrosse teams on the planet.
Yeah, this game was marked on the calendar as soon as the schedule came out. Canada undefeated all time at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships, 6-0 all time against the Iroquois. This is dating back to 2003. The Iroquois, you guessed it, have only lost 6 games all time at the WILC, all to Canada. The streak's on the line.
And they pushed him to overtime in the gold medal game back in Halifax in 07. That's as close as they've come. We'll see what happens here tonight as these two on a collision course to meet in the gold medal game once again. Both will be in the semifinal. Now it becomes a matter of who plays who, as we'll sort all that out for you as we move along. Warren Hill will get the start to our left in the white jerseys with the purple trim for the Iroquois. And in the other end, it's Dylan Ward in the red, white, and black for Team Canada. Head coach is Glenn Clark for Canada, Richie Kilgore for the Iroquois Nationals, as the drums start to beat here inside the Langley Event Center in anticipation of the opening face-off here between Thompson and Withers. Sticks are down, blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here from Langley. And Shellen Rogers up with an early loose ball. He'll play it ahead to Shane Jackson, pressured immediately. And he'll find Matt Pierce. And on comes Ben McIntosh, who had 7 points last night. Backdoor feed for Jackson, and he bounced it wide. They'll say he'll cut a piece. And Bomberry will pick up the loose ball, and now the Nationals will get their first possession on offense.
For Canada, back in the lineup, Mark Matthews had some load management the last couple of days. So out of the lineup is Eli McLaughlin, and Jason Noble also a scratch, along with Christian Del Bianco.
Here's DeHogan Nanakoke with a shot, and Ward out well to the top of his crease to cut that one down. As Dan Coates will take the outlet, and on comes the aforementioned Mark Matthews along with Dane Doby, Dane Smith, and Curtis Dixon. This is Dane Smith. Loads, shoots, scores. Short side, top corner pass, Warren Hill, 1-0 Canada.
Team leading 8th goal of the tournament, Jake. Dane Smith making a living right there, short side, beats Hill with the second shot of the game. Just step into it, he knew what he wanted to do, got a screen from Dixon. Great start for the home team, 55 seconds in, Canada on the board.
They're actually listed, I know what you're saying, the home country here, Brando, but they are listed as the away team here tonight, playing from the visitors bench.
That's true. For
the Canadians, but they're out to a good start and can't ask for much more to get out to an early lead here for Canada and get this crowd behind them. And there's a lot of Iroquois National faithful in the house here tonight as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the drums. They'll be beating it all game long. It provides a great atmosphere. Can't wait.
Doby to McIntosh. Here's the pick from Church as Jackson went down hard. Matthews, Church, double team, gets away from that but left the ball behind. McIntosh tried to shoot it and that one was blocked. Chance for a loose ball, a diving effort there for Doby, but a shot clock violation on the Canadians. And the Nats will get it here with Brandon Goodwin, as he'll play it backwards now. And across the center line is Ed Williams. Harassed there by Coates as he shovels off. Shooting on the run is Randy Stotts, and Dylan Ward will control the rebound.
So still no Lyle Thompson. He's out with an injury. His status up in the air, Jake. Obviously that's a massive loss. They need him in a game like this, but that provides an opportunity for guys like Nanakoke. What a tournament, what a name he's making for himself.
Has the goal of the tournament here for sure as well. Here's Matthews into the middle, pass off. It's Smith back across, Jackson on the trigger, and he put that high and wide, 10 on the shot clock. And a battle for the loose ball as down goes Dixon, and he'll draw a push on the back and a new 30 here for the red and white.
Yeah, Ty Logan just a bit too aggressive. These players got to adapt, Jake. The refs have called everything so tight to the vest, so you can't be surprised at any call they make.
It has been consistently called tight all tournament long, and it's up to the teams to adjust. Here's McIntosh looking low, and Hill gets down on top of that one as the Nationals come back the other way.
If you're Iroquois, who do you cover on that right side. Dixon, Smith, McIntosh, Church. They can just roll out one after another. It's almost unfair.
It's got to be a team defense effort. You can't just take one or two guys away from this Canadian lineup. And the same can be said here for the Nationals. Nanico to Stotts. Move it. Durston, shoot it. And Ward will stop it. But here comes a penalty. And I think it's to the Nationals for ripping the stick out of Courier's hand here on Cody Jamieson, who's off to the penalty box.
Yeah, Jamieson off to a great start this tournament. 21 points to lead Iroquois, but he's not going to like this call from the official. And the crew today working the game.
Lay it on me.
Ty Wilkinson, head ref, John Zabo, Mark Thompson. And Canada working in the power play this tournament, Jake, at a 50% clip, exactly where you want to be.
Right around it, a little higher would be nice, but I think they will be happy with 50%, as Matthews will be the quarterback, and he'll stick it into the short side, top corner. Nothing fancy there for the mailman as he just smokes it right past Warren Hill.
Yeah, he's fresh. He's had the last couple of games off. He wants to get back in a lineup and be an instant impact, and he wastes no time blowing this over the shoulder of Hill. One of the best in the business, Mark Matthews, multiple NLL champion, has recorded 100 points in 5 straight seasons. That's insane.
Just picked himself up a Mann Cup victory as well just a few weeks ago in Victoria, British Columbia with his Peterborough Lakers. Withers, a clean win off the face-off. He'll dart away here from Bomberries. He'll take it in deep. Hogarth stalking him in behind there. And Withers will look for an open man. Still with it in his pockets. He wants to get rid of it, and he finds Dane Doby. Bounce pass here to Dane Smith. Here comes the up pick from Church. He'll roll to the goal. It's Doby, and that one kicked aside by Warren Hill. Jeremy Thompson a little cavalier with the loose ball, but he's got it in the pocket now for big brother Jer.
In this tournament, Jake, guys are so used to different roles, but you got to be setting more picks. You might not be getting the ball as often because there's so much talent on the floor. This is for both sides. You got to suck it up and just be a team player, get the dirty areas.
Absolutely. Good check there, and man, they're going to...
Apparently it's not a good check because it's a penalty to Brian Cole for cross-checking.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't like it. I'm not particularly a fan of that call either. And if it was a penalty, listen, I'll say it's a penalty, but Zed Williams is inside the dotted circle in the nasty part of the zone here, and you got to be able to be a little bit physical there. And Brian Cole will have a seat in the penalty box in this 2-0 Canadian lead as here we go with the man advantage for the Iroquois. Kyle Jackson, Cody Jamieson, Randy Stotts, Dahogan Anacoke, and Jordan Durston out there. Here's Jamieson. Stotts shoots. That one blocked by Corbeil. Still lots of time on the shot clock here for Jackson. Jamieson. Here's Stotts one more time. Jammer. Right on. And Ward again out well to cut down the angle. And they're going to have to find some lanes. Maybe a little skip pass down to the creases. Shane Jackson will be called for an over and back.
Yeah, great start for Ward so far. He started game 1, Jake, for the Canadians. Allowed 6 goals on 42 shots. Team Canada's played every goaltender so far. Imagine having the luxury of sitting Christian Del Bianco like tonight.
Mike Poulin, the backup for Dylan Ward this evening. Here's Jackson looking 5-hole, and Ward a stick save. And for Lacrosse fans maybe seeing Dylan Ward for the first time, he's an unorthodox goaltender, holds the goal stick in the opposite hand of most goalies. A lefty.
And the Nationals get a reset here.
1:10 to go in the power play time. Cody Jamieson sets up Stotts. He'll fire high. That one went right off the mask of Ward. He says, play on, I'm fine. Maybe he doesn't as his mask is loose here, and he makes another save, trying to get the attention of the officials as now Priola will get a push. And Ward just takes his helmet off and says, listen, I've been trying to tell you my strap is undone and I need a whistle.
He was juggling his mask, Jake. He wanted a whistle. He didn't get it. He's like, okay, I better make a save. And he did just that, and he had no choice but to rip off the cage. It looks like he doesn't need to make any more adjustments. But
if there's a goaltender that's unflappable, it's Dylan Ward. Never too high, never too low, and that's the temperament you want out of a goaltender.
Yeah, and a lot of hype for him coming into his draft year, Jake. 3rd overall in 2013, first team All-Pro and goaltender of the year in 2017. One of the best in the business and off to a great start. 6 shots, 6 saves.
Well, listen, if you're the starting goaltender for Team Canada in box and field, I classify you as the best lacrosse player on the planet.
Absolutely.
He is a player. Stats, bounced it wide. Kyle Jackson will set things up here. 13 on the shot clock now. Jamieson from the point, loads it, fires it low, and Ward a stick save. As he looks up floor here, nobody open quite yet. You got 10 seconds to get it up and over, and Ward will just lob this one. Priello almost brought it in, but Jackson on the back check knocked it free. Ball still on the turf here. Jackson couldn't come up with it cleanly, and what do we got? Push on the back once again on Team Canada as Jackson wrangles Jackson, Kyle, and Shane out of the crease, and I think they're both off to the box, or just Kyle.
Zero tolerance for the extracurricular, Jake, and it is Kyle Jackson going off, so that's going to do it for the remaining 22 seconds of this Iroquois power play, and that's an easy call right there. He grabs Jackson by the head, throws him out of their crease. That's probably even a call in North America.
Jackson on Jackson crime now. So 4-on-4 lacrosse now for the next 22 seconds, and then Canada will have their first man advantage. No, it'll be their second, as Matthews scored on their first power play. Well, we'll see what the strategy is here. Do they want to run this thing down? They got Ward on the bench right now, so they can bring out an extra attacker, and what that does is save time on the shot clock for the man coming out of the penalty box. He'll go across the floor, and Ward will go back to the goal, and they already have the offense set up inside. 15 on the shot clock now, 3 on the penalty, as Church has a look over his shoulder. Here comes Cole. They got 8 to work with now, making sure that Ward gets back to the goal, and now they'll start the play. Here's Dixon around the screen. He'll fire and score. That's how you do it.
Can't draw it up any better than that, Jake. And what a screen set by Robert Church, allowing some space for Curtis Dixon. He doesn't need a whole lot of space. End of a shot clock. Church back and forth, gets it back, finds Dixon to his left. Watch his pick. Dixon just rips it between the wickets of Hill. Former 61 goal man with the Calgary Roughnecks, averaging 2.5 goals per game in his NLL career, and having a good tournament. The returnee up to 9 goals for Team Canada.
The Port Coquitlam native, where you reside, Brandon Ussel, and I do for
and
that
you,
matter.
come on.
I'm a Coquitlam guy, but now I live in Poco. I try and keep that a secret, though. Here's Thompson as he'll drag this ball out, but the loose ball phenomenon in Zach Courier is the one that comes up with it.
It bothers me when people think Poco and Coquitlam are the same city.
You're telling me.
Let me tell you.
Here's Smith to McIntosh, and Warren Hill steps in front of that one, labeled for the far side. And Bomberry will clear through center. Nationals trying to get on the board here. Shots are 7 apiece, but Ward has stopped them all. Zed Williams, who joined the team late, as did Nanaco. And here is Zed Williams. Double teamed, finds Jackson inside. Here's Durston, a bounce shot straight into the turf and skyward. Durston will keep it in play. New 30 on the board here for whoever comes up with possession. Heine Thompson has it in his pocket, but he's stapled up against the wall, and he'll be called for trapping. It's Canadian possession.
Yeah, great ball movement. The best chance of the game right there, Jake, for Iroquois. Good two-man game, and Durston just got in a little too tight in the crease. Didn't have a whole lot of leverage, and easy stop there for Ward.
Here comes the latest goal scorer, Curtis Dixon, with just over 8 to go in this opening quarter. He'll find Shane Jackson across the way. Give and go back to Superman. Dart into the middle. Here's Robbie Church open. Looks short side. Didn't improve his angle getting to the front of the goal. And Hill able to take away the short side. Brandon Goodwin running well. And he'll dish off. And he'll stay out. As will Briar Jonathan. As Nanacoke on a sweeper. That one missed. Beers up the floor quickly. Church was back on defense. He wants a change. And he'll peel off to the bench now, as Beers will stay up here for Canada and run a pick for Dane Smith. High post set there. Smith will come off it. Look into the middle. Man open. McIntosh, and a save there for Hill with the shoulder, as McIntosh will run down a loose ball and get it high for Smith, and a new 30 here for Canada.
Yeah, Hill's actually made a couple of key saves. This could be a 4 or 5-0 game. A couple of chances for McIntosh himself.
Here's Matthews trying to force one in front to his Saskatchewan Rush teammate. That one didn't connect. And here come the Nationals and Bomberry. And that's Brendan Bomberry. One of 3 on this team. Around a pick. Williams shoots. And right into the maple leaf crest there of Dylan Ward.
Canada beat Iroquois twice in 2015 by scores of 11-9 and then 12-8 in the championship game. The game-winning goal, Jake, for the Canadians, Steve Priolo.
Nice little stat there, Brendan. Well done. Here's Dane Doby. Playing the best lacrosse of his entire life right now. Coming off an NLL MVP in the regular season and playoffs. Dixon. A little shovel shot there, handled by Hill. 6:15 here to go. First quarter. Shots 10-9 Canada. They lead at 3-0.
And of course, Jake, lots of cohesion, lots of familiarity with the guys like McIntosh, Dixon, Doby. Just won a WLA championship. Right back on the turf to represent their country. Not too shabby.
Here's Durston from the outside into the middle now. Durston, and that hit Hosick on the way in and deflects into the corner. And they'll give him the reset, and I'm not sure why, as that hit the defender, not the goaltender. Here's Stats, got a good pick from Nanakoke, drives in hard, kick it off. Here's Heine Thompson, and he lost the handle at the last second as it rolls into the crease. But Canada, with a push on the back on Corbeil, will give the Nationals a fresh clock.
Yeah, nice job there by Coast just to get enough of Thompson there. Unfortunately for Canada, won't get possession.
I gotta say, big fan of the purple leggings on Dahoga Nanakoke here tonight. Shot and a goal from Williams. Zeddy, ball game, gets the Nats on the board. It's 3-1.
Yeah, the 24-year-old just had a breakout year with Georgia. 45 points in 18 games, former 4th overall pick. That's exactly what Iroquois needed. Nice little sidearm rip coming off an extra possession. And the 11th shot of the game, Jake, finally beats Dylan Ward as he has been in the zone early on.
Man, that's what it's going to take here for the Nationals, and that's when you can break down this Canadian defense. You get that second, that third 30-second opportunity. You're either going to find yourself with an open shot, draw a call, or score a goal as you wear the defense down. Quick move there on Thompson will give Canada possession as Thompson moved a little early on that one. On comes Dane Smith, Matthews, Doby, Dixon, and Brian Cole will take a shift up front. Matthews out of the corner, look inside. Here's Doby, and the pass deflecting off his stick right to Dane Smith. Still 13 on the clock as Doby goes down. Delayed call on here now as Ward on his horse to the bench as they bring on the extra attacker. Just 3 on the shot clock, and Doby had an open cage and missed the goal.
Yeah, Dane Doby going to draw a call here, Jake. Jeremy Thompson will get the gate for slashing. Close call there at the tail end of the shot clock. If Dixon's not shooting it, Doby is, and those are two guys you do not want to give any breathing room. Especially here coming up on the power play. They're going to remain out on the floor. They already have a power play goal in this game.
A lot of battles over the years between the roughneck Doby and the rush player Thompson. And Thompson gets caught there, and here we go with power play for Canada. Jackson, cross crease, McIntosh, up top, Dixon, backhand feed. Jackson tried to stick it, and that one went off the side of the goal as Doby gets the loose ball. They'll get a new 30 here for Dixon and company. Jackson, Doby shooting, Hill will stop it, loose, and the Iroquois Nationals have it. Looking up floor, little lollipop feed here. Goodwin trying to run onto it, and he'll claim it with Dixon draped all over him. Now Dixon going to take a penalty. And man, Brandon, in a game like this, you want the players to decide things down on the turf, and the officials making it known that they're here as well right now.
And it's, like I said, it's not a surprise. I was actually kind of waiting for it. Dixon doesn't know he's getting a penalty yet. It's going to be a holding call as he was chasing Goodwin down from behind. And that's what these round-robin games are for, Jake. You can't be doing that when the championship bracket gets going, and you can get away with that easily in North America, but these international tournaments, the refs are going to call it 9 times out of 10, and the Canadians are going to be off the power play. We'll have some extended 4-on-4. So
here we go, 4-on-4 for the next 75 seconds, and then the Iroquois will have a man advantage. Here's Nanakoke, kick stop there for Dylan Ward. Ball is loose. Rubish couldn't catch up to it. Nanakoke overran it. He's got it in his twig now, and he finds an open teammate in Kyle Jackson. What a loose ball there for Dahoga.
Yeah, some of the nicest hands, Jake, in this tournament. He's been a human highlight reel. Lots of spotlight on him.
As has this man in Jackson. He's trying to square him inside, shovel off. Here's Nanakoke. As Jackson got blown up, Nanakoke puts it in. It's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, taking the hit to make the play is Jackson. He's still shaken up, but right on cue. Nanakoke takes the feed down on the far side, able to beat Ward for his first of the game. What a tournament he continues to have, his 6th. Watch this play by Jackson. Middle of the floor, sees the traffic coming, knows he's going to take a hit. Able to slide it sidearm while he's falling. Pretty setup. And Iroquois is within 1.
3-2, 3:48 to go first quarter. Shots on goal 13-12 Iroquois. As we play 4-on-4 lacrosse, Canada got the first 3. The Iroquois have the last 2, and we got a 1-goal game as we go back to center floor. Withers facing off this time against Tyson Bomberry. Withers pulls it free, gets it back to Matt Pierce. As he'll give it to Challen Rogers. Still 35 more seconds of 4-on-4 action before the Iroquois go to a man advantage. Dean Smith dangling. Get a pick there from McIntosh. Inside, scores. Set play there for Canada on a 4-on-4. Smith, Matthews, McIntosh, book it.
Just unfair, Jake. Some of the best players in the world, not just in Canada, going to work. Dane Smith, former NLL MVP, gets the pick from Matthews. Back in front, back of the net. Can't draw it up any better than that. Such quick passing. It's so hard to defend. McIntosh.
Nobody sets a better off-ball pick than Ben McIntosh in the sport of box lacrosse.
He knew he was getting it. He knew he was getting it in that quick stick. There's no chance there for Hill. One of the best of the business in tight. One of the best righties, period.
So back to a 2-goal lead here for the Canadians as we go back to center. And it looks like Dan Coates taking this draw here against Bomberry this time as Withers needs a breather. And the Iroquois will get possession. 26 seconds to go in the penalty time to Thompson, so they won't be able to hang on to this one as they'll have to get a shot off. Williams to Jamieson. Rogers watching him. Rubish marked up on Durston. Hard pick from Durston. Jamieson coming towards the goal. Shovel shot there. And a penalty call coming here to Kyle Rubish for a hold on Jamieson.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, Jake.
I think that one is a good call.
He grabbed him from behind. Jamieson was going to get a shot away, and he impeded his progress. It's as simple as that, so he'll sit in the box for 2 minutes or less. He's tough to contain one-on-one, and right there you see the grab of the right arm.
He knew it. Still almost got a goal there.
The one-hand shot.
So now this, a real opportunity here for the Nats. As 4-on-3, you got all sorts of passing and shooting lanes to work with here. So working in, here's Nanakoke down to Stutz. Thompson out of the box, it's now 5-on-3. They'll stay 4-on-3 down low. Jamieson scores! Hard sell on the pump fake, got Ward moving, and then goes low to the glove. 4-3.
Yeah, he didn't allow Ward to get set. Perfect little hesitation. That's all you need sometimes to create some space. Jamieson, one of the best lefties in the world. Not many goalies going to stop that one. Iroquois answers right back after the McIntosh goal. We got ourselves a beauty brewing here at the LEC.
Oh, baby, do we ever. 2:49 to go in this opening 15 minutes. 4-3 Canada. And Iroquois still on a man advantage here for the next $1.45. Thompson and Withers back at the small circle. And Withers wins it clean. Courier will scoop. Looking for an open man and shovels it free. It wasn't a great ball, but Hosek able to handle it. He's got Priolo up the floor with him. Here comes Hosek right in. Scores! The Cyborg makes it 5-3.
Coast to coast, Graham Hosek not only got himself out of danger, but says, give me the ball and watch what I do with it. It was an awkward pass, and he's able to bail out Courier. Runs the floor with Priolo, says, I'm going to put it over the top right corner, or top right shoulder. Beautiful goal in transition. Canada back up by 2.
Graham Hosek coming off a Defender of the Year award in the National Lacrosse League, and everybody knows how good Graham Hosek is defensively. What makes him scarier than ever now is he's starting to find his offensive touch. And look out if number 4 does that. He had a fabulous summer with the Shamrocks, and that's continued on in here to the World Championships with Team Canada.
Yeah, coming off a career high, Jake, 24 points with Rochester, and you can see the scoring touch. It's there.
He's got some finish to go with that defensive stalwartness that he has. And here comes, you want to talk about finish. Here comes Curtis Dixon on the tuck and go. Corkscrew shot just missed short side. And it lays in the crease harmlessly here for the Nats to pick up with 2 minutes to go here in quarter 1. Still 55 seconds to go in the penalty time to Rubish. As back on comes the power play here for the Nationals. Jamieson, Stotts, Nanakoke, Jackson, and Durston out there. Around the horn, everybody touch. Jamieson wrong side of the floor, back to Nanakoke, look up high. Jamieson steps into one and scores. From a bad angle, Cody Jamieson goes hip high, stick side, post and in. And we're back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, what do you know? Cody Jamieson, the former NLL MVP, answers right back after a Canada goal. Another power play marker for Jamieson. Working around the outside, gets it back on his offside and blows it past Ward. And that's his 10th of the tournament to lead Iroquois.
Yeah, Ward may be a little guilty of being deep in his goal there, but you don't really expect Jamieson to let that one fly from that area of the floor, but that's just how good of a shooter Cody Jamieson is. Withers with another face-off win as he's having his way with the Nationals in the face-off duck. Canada with the ball.
Penalty coming up to Iroquois again.
Delayed call on here. Here's Shane Jackson right on. And what do we got? Holding is the violation. Jeremy Thompson back to the box.
Yeah, his second penalty of the quarter. Canada's already scored a couple power play goals, so this is not what you want, especially near the end of a quarter. Came away from the ball, he took his man down.
It can't be easy trying to play defense against the firepower of Team Canada, or Team Iroquois for that matter.
Yeah, sometimes it's the only option. To save a goal, you gotta take a penalty.
Doby, Jackson, Matthews, Dixon, McIntosh out there. And sometimes I think Canada just depends whoever is on the floor when the penalty's called, that's who stays out and plays on the power play.
Honestly, they could just roll them out of the gate. World-class forwards, left, right, and center.
Heine Thompson. Zed Williams. As the drums start banging away here. As the Iroquois Nationals try and kill some time up. Williams with 5 on the shot clock here. From long distance, Ward the save. Now shot clock off here for Canada with the one-man advantage. You don't expect Ward to the bench here. They'll just work 5-on-4 with the 5-4 lead. Matthews controlling out high, and what do we got? Timeout? Timeout, Glenn Clark, as Kurt Malowski pulls out the whiteboard for this final possession of quarter one.
Yeah, head coach Glenn Clark.
The professor.
Won a gold medal in the 2003 WILC with Team Canada. Also as an assistant in 2011, took home gold.
I think he's got like 5 or 6 NLL championships as well.
5 championships with the Toronto Rock.
There
This
you
guy's
go.
a proven winner everywhere he's been.
Great player, Glenn Clark, back in his day. I mean, just the bench alone, man. Like Pat Coyle, Kurt Malowski, Mike Hazen, Glenn Clark. All 4 head coaches in the National Lacrosse League, all destined to be in the Hall of Fame, as well as Malowski and Coyle already there. I'm not sure what else Mike Hazen needs to accomplish as a coach, and he was a heck of a player in his day as well.
In about 10 years or so, Jake, you're going to see a lot of these players, a lot of this roster, including the coaching staff, ending up in the Hall of Fame. They are that good. 12 players alone on this roster have won at least an NLL championship. There's a couple MVPs. Go down the list.
A bucket full of Man Cup rings as well.
Yeah.
All right, 14.2 to go. 5-on-4 here for Canada. And we're underway. 10 seconds. We'll work it down to about 7 right now. And here comes the play. Doby, fake it. Oh, had Dixon on the back door and he missed. Net is empty here for Canada. No, it's not. Dylan Ward's still there, and it doesn't matter. As the buzzer sounds to end the opening quarter. My goodness. Really good opening 15 minutes here from Langley. Shots on goal 17-15 Iroquois, but it's Canada that holds the slim 1-goal lead. 5-4 with 45 minutes to go here from Langley. We'll have it for you when we return to the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships on TFSC TV and LAC Sports Network. All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back inside the LEC Langley Event Center here in the township of Langley. suburb of Vancouver, about 45 minutes east of the major metropolis here in the province of British Columbia. On the west coast of Canada is where the World Championships are being played. And after 15 minutes of play here between these two 3-0 teams in this round-robin game, Canada holding on to a 5-4 lead as the Nationals outshoot them 17-15. Not sure you can find a more entertaining quarter of lacrosse than we just had right there, but we're about to find out.
I could go home right now and be happy, put it that way. I mean, we're in for an instant classic. These two teams have been at it for so many years. Iroquois comes so close. Canada remains a perfect 26-0 at this tournament. Iroquois looking to change that this year.
Below the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. 45 seconds to go in the penalty time to Jeremy Thompson as Matthews will quarterback the power play. McIntosh down low, and he fired low and missed just far side. Matthews has to retreat as here comes Tarbill, who's really impressed here for the Nationals in his first World Championships. Randy Stotts. As you know how bad Austin would like to be here with big brother Randy for this tournament. But coming off an ACL injury on the road to recovery. As pass in front there for Heine Thompson, and it deflected off his stick right in on goal, and Ward had to be sharp. Penalty time just about over here. I don't think Canada is going to try and go to goal before Thompson comes out of the box, which is right now. Jackson an up pick, moves into the middle. Here's Doby, and he couldn't handle the feed. Hill looks up floor. He's got Thompson. Great ball there from Hill as Thompson couldn't bring it in, and it rolls right into the crease of Dylan Ward. Back comes Robert Hope to Jackson. Doby still out there. Coming on is Church along with Dixon. It's Dane Smith with it as he darts high. Look in. Here's Dixon. Low. Feed it. Jackson. Tuck it. Scores. Shane Jackson. Not sure there's anybody better in the game than backdoor quick sticks than Shane Jackson.
Just great ball movement, Jake. You said it. Jackson, quick stick in the near post. Watch his passing. Dane Smith sees Dixon down low. He knows where Jackson is. Cross the floor. Bang in the back of the net. Canada jumps out to a 2-goal lead once again.
Keeps the feet out. Body in the air. In it goes. Thompson with a face-off win. And I find it a little odd where the referee is lining up to blow his whistle. So it's almost like Withers has to contort his neck and look backwards. So the advantage clearly going to the team that is working right to left, where the referee is standing to blow his whistle. You would think he would move himself into a position where both guys can look up and see it. Jackson on the dive, and a stop from Dylan Ward.
Yeah, you're right, Jake. And Withers was lights out in the first quarter.
Right, now Thompson wins the first one here in the second, and that's what kind of triggered my mind there a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm sure the ref's not going to change his mind, so the players got to adapt, just like they have tried to do this whole tournament with penalties and whatnot.
Good pick from Church. Here's Doby. He'll spin, post up, delayed call coming now as Dixon had his stick knocked out of his hands. And the whistle will go as Tarbill will pick it up. And the Iroquois Nationals back to the penalty box here as Canada about to go back to the man advantage.
Yeah, Dixon was trying to head towards the crease. He got grabbed onto there by Briar Jonathan. Ref was there to make the calls. They take a look at the replay. See Dixon going to retrieve his stick. Just missed the call there. But Canada going to go back to the power play. They're 2 for 3 this evening and out shooting Iroquois right now. Or sorry, being outshot.
Yes.
18-16, but they're up by 2.
That could change here on this man advantage. Jackson, Doby, Matthews, Dixon, McIntosh. Your 5-man unit. And here is Ben McIntosh. Up top to Matthews. Jackson on the pop out. Give it back to Mark. Over the shoulder to Doby. Pass a little off the mark. And claim there by Tarbill off the high dasher. And now they'll try and kill off a 30 here as Nanticoke just runs hard into Matthews, who's back on defense here. And doesn't want to make the change and get caught as Hosek looking at the ball. Now Nanticoke realizing that he's got Matthews on a defensive matchup here, and he likes seeing that. He'll drive, and Hosek comes over and says, "Don't worry, Mark Matthews, I got you covered, buddy." And just knocks Nanticoke to the ground and takes the ball.
Not a bad guy to have your back. Reigning Defensive Player of the Year.
Here's Smith. McIntosh poaching in the middle. It's Jackson on the quick stick again, but Hill got in front of that one. What a stop from Warren Hill.
Almost a carbon copy of the goal he just had. Quick stick, short side. Best save of the game there for Hill, no question.
Jackson actually thought he had it, put his arm up in the air thinking that one was in, and I almost did too. I didn't think there was any way Hill was stopping that. This is Miles Thompson, who wears number 2 for the Nationals. Check there by Withers as he'll move it across. Here's Zed Williams from the outside now. Hope missed on a stick check, and Williams fires from long range. Stick save, Dylan Ward. 29 seconds left to go in the power play for Canada. With a 6-4 lead. As on comes Church. New personnel coming on. A little hidden ball trick. It's still with Church. Down to Smith at the crease now as they go box and 1 for this man advantage. Here's Doby over the shoulder to Smith, and that pass got by him. 8 on the shot clock for Church, who will pick up with 6. McIntosh turn and shoot, and Hill, a stick save.
Yeah, Hill's been solid after allowing that goal from Jackson. Canada could easily have a couple after that one, but Hill keeping his team in it, still down by 2, and a pretty good kill by the Iroquois.
Briar Jonathan out of the box. Cody Jamieson with the ball. Into the middle of the floor comes 88. Double team comes from Corbeil. Good rotation on defense for Canada. Spin move from Stotts. Shoot it. Miss short side. Ball goes skyward. Who wants it? Coates comes away out of the pack with it. He's got Cole up the floor. Canada about to pour off the bench here on a 3-on-2. Wave him ahead, says Dixon. It's Smith. Superman off the crossbar and stays out. Long feet up. Look out. Everybody caught in transition, and I think the Nationals are going to get called on too many men.
Another penalty the refs have been calling very tight in this tournament, Jake. They are irate. They thought that was legal. Jamieson was in all alone, but not so fast as the official. Canada going right back to the power play.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get an end zone shot here. There's 3 on the floor right there for the Nationals. There's a 4th body coming into your picture. Look up, and there's 2 on the floor, and that's a good call from the referee. I'm not the greatest at math, Brandon, but 4 plus 2, I'm pretty confident equals 6.
That'll get you a penalty.
So it'll be Heine Thompson who serves the bench minor as the in-home here tonight as you get a look at the Nationals bench. Richie Kilgore, Rob Williams, and company. Now it's Matthews, Doby, Jackson, McIntosh, Dixon out there. Here's McIntosh. Inside Doby. Oh, what a stop there from Hill as he threw out the stick side. Reset on the clock here for Canada. Matthews tried to hit Jackson, and that was a little ambitious there. And then Matthews grabbed a handful of jersey at Tarbill and got away with that. Thompson finds an open Jamieson. And Ward forced to make a good save.
That's twice now, back-to-back power plays. Matthews trying to get a little too fancy, hasn't worked out.
Now the idea, you got a man advantage, work that ball around, make everybody touch it, get that box moving, stretching out, and then you find the open lane to pass or shoot, or you just step in and take a shot. That one partially deflected. Dixon, McIntosh, here's Doby, and he fired high. Hill got a piece, and a new 30 for Canada. Still a minute to work with here in the man advantage with 9 to go to halftime. Dixon, McIntosh, step back, Hill the save, and Thompson will step into the crease and lob it ahead to Brandon Goodwin on the run. Off the bench comes Jamieson. Goodwin moves in, fired high, and just missed. Now maybe reverse transition here for Corbeil. Off comes Dane Smith, 2-on-1. Thompson, Corbeil, here's the captain, and he's stopped by Hill. Hogarth battles for a loose ball. Still on the deck here. 3 Canadians, and they win the battle as Robert Hope will pick up. What a save from Hill off of Chris Corbeil.
Give and go drawn up to perfection between Corbeil and Smith, and Hill, he's starting to find a rhythm here.
Here's a chance. Church just whistled it wide. Will it stay in play for Matthews? It will. Tough handle off the window. Tarbill knocked it loose. Church will pick it up. 8 on the clock, 5 on the penalty time. And that was a force from Matthews. Tarbill with another knockdown. And he's got it to Hogarth on the go. Out of the box comes Heine Thompson. And now it's Stotts. 20 on the shot clock as we're under 8. Stotts on the turn, shoots. Ward will kick it aside, and Kyle Ribish will fire ahead here to Hossack. Off comes quickly McIntosh. Hossack didn't give it to him. And I don't think Benny Mack is particularly happy about that. He wanted that one running hard to the rack. But they'll settle an offensive possession down here. Shots on goal now 23-21. Canada. Church. Dixon. Around a screen. Give it to Jackson. He'll look inside. Nobody open. Dixon from well out. Pass it off. Church over the top. Stick side save there for Hill as he turns that one into the corner, and Canada comes up with another loose ball. And if nothing else here, Brandon, Canada really wearing down this Nationals defense with multiple 30-second resets.
Yeah, they're just more hungry for the ball. And we got a crease violation against Dolby, and that's what you need in a game like this. Whoever's more hungry is going to come away with it. There's so much talent on the floor. Sometimes hard work beats talent.
And if you can work hard with talent,
you're going to win.
You bet. Now we got a penalty call coming, and Iroquois in possession. Is this 2 calls?
This might be going 1 to each side here.
Withers is going, and is Miles going too? I don't know what. Yep. Yeah, I think he is. So we'll stay 5-on-5 here on the coincidental minors.
And it's been the Iroquois going to the box for the most part. Canada's had 5 power plays. They scored on their first 2, but the penalty kill stepped up the last 3 and have killed each one of those off. And yeah, we're going to stay at even strength.
Nanticoke will start with the ball here as you got Williams, Stotts, Nanticoke, Jackson, and Jamieson out there, the 5-man offensive unit. Here's Cody Jamieson. And a little hesitation on that pass from Williams. Some indecision, if you will, and ball almost turned over here as a scrum takes place. Courier can't fish it out. Stats comes out with it, 10 on the shot clock. Beers lost his helmet. He'll put it back on. I think he's got to get off the floor because his chin strap's undone. And we'll get a possession change here, and Canada off and running. Corbeil, 4 of them up there. Here's Smith. Doesn't shoot it, and he'll pull back wide here as Rogers still making a change, as is Priolo, Corbeil, and Courier now. And out comes the offense here for Canada. Doby, Jackson will work this near side as they go righty strong. Here's Shane Jackson. Couldn't handle it cleanly on that first attempt. Still got a shot off. Hogarth up the floor quickly. But Canada is back on defense.
Yeah, Dane Doby been held in check. He came in leading the Canadians in scoring with 20 points. Nothing on the score sheet yet, but
the night is young.
The night is young. He can get it going with a blink of an eye.
Another penalty call coming here to Canada. As out of the corner comes Heine Thompson, makes the spin on Cole. Oh, Hope! And that could be 5.
That will be 5. Cross-checked his man right in the throat, it looked like.
This could be a real turning point here for the Iroquois Nationals. And Canada was already getting a penalty, and then Hope came in right to the grill of Thomas Hogarth, and I think this will be 5. It could be an ouch. Ouch!
He might be gone. The refs are talking. Hogarth's all right. Looks like he's going to walk under his own power to the bench. You're right, Jake. This could be a turning point. Still lots of time to go in this quarter. Canada's going to be down 2 men for a lengthy period, it looks like. So a hit to the head.
Gone.
And his night is over.
Robert Hope, captain of the Peterborough Lakers, 3-time Mann Cup champion, done for this game.
5 minutes for cross-checking. And I believe it was Cole that got holding.
And listen, Robert Hope is about as clean as a player as you're going to find. There's not a nasty bone in his body, but clearly that stick came up and caught Hogarth right in the chops, and that's 5 minutes and a game.
That's 5 minutes in any league in a game.
And Cole gets the 2.
Yeah, he got 2 for the initial hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-on-3 here for 2 minutes, and a major on the board here for Canada as the Iroquois down 6-4, but that could change very quickly right now. Stotts, Jamieson wants to circle. He'll change places with Jackson. Jamieson to Kyle, cross crease, Nanticoke scores.
Great passing. Nanticoke, easy bucket on the near side post. Iroquois came into this game operating at 39% of the power play. That's not good enough. That'll help. That's just unstoppable. Too much talent. Passing, hands, vision, quick stick. And they're still going to be on the power play for a long period of time.
So that will be the minor to Cole. And still the major up on the board is Iroquois National Six Nations Chiefs. Call it what you want. Jamieson, Jackson, Nanticoke, and Stotts, all members of the Six Nations Chiefs in Major Series lacrosse. So obviously very familiar playing with each other, and you could tell on that play right there on the 4-on-3.
Yeah, they've done that a couple times or 1,000. Made it look so easy. Nanticoke off to a great start in this game. He's got the 5 points, 2 goals, and now the official talking to Glenn Clark. I think Glenn wants to know what the penalty situation's looking like after that goal. So the holding call,
I think they're wondering whether maybe one penalty or goal should come off the major of Hope, but I think it was Cole that took the first penalty, so that should be the one released. I don't know what the discussion entailed there at the Canadian bench. Are they sending Cole back?
Yeah,
they are.
They got to send him back because it's a 5-minute major, so they're still up 5-on-3.
Well, it's Dane Smith that's going to the box, though. So maybe he's the man that's serving the penalty for Hope.
Yeah.
Loose ball off the face-off, won by Coates. They couldn't get the pass away cleanly, and the Nationals are trying to come up with it and will. Oh. Nationals within a goal here, and still 4:20 to work with on a major. They can get 2 here. Zed Williams. Randy Stotts, 12 on the shot clock. Here's Jamieson in behind the goal. Dunk attempt. As Durston came whipping around the cage. And now Zach Courier off to the races. Here comes Canada off the bench. It's 3-on-2. Courier, Church, and Warnhill stopped him on the doorstep. And then Bomberry just bodied Courier right off that loose ball. And now a chance in transition here for the Iroquois. And Dylan Ward stares down Bomberry. As Stats comes up with a loose ball.
2 goaltenders going save to save at each end. Ward with a big one on that transition. And then Church denied.
6-5. Here's Stotts. High shot. Ward, shoulder stop, ball loose. Good little poke there from Corbeil. Look out from behind as he's running well. Here comes the captain. He's got McIntosh off the bench, but Corbeil, knowing he's shorthanded and better off to kill 30 seconds here, give his defense a rest more than anything, who have been working hard here shorthanded.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Corbeil, heart and soul of this Team Canada squad.
Matthews working with Doby, feet across. Look at that handle from McIntosh. A bounce shot, a stick save, Warren Hill. Hogarth back out there. Good news for Nationals fans, as he's okay after taking that high stick from Hope. Jeremy Thompson will look for a man and finds one in Durston. He'll get off the floor. On comes Ed Williams, as it's Durston, Jackson, Williams, Stotts, and Nanticoke. 10 on the shot clock. Here for Williams at the point, shoots, and that went off a leg of Periello and out. As I think they're going to release Miles and Withers here off of their coincidental minors, as it's a dead ball situation. They're past their 2 minutes, and both are released from the penalty box as we continue 5-on-4. Stotts with room, pass it off. Jackson give it right back down to the crease. Durston, he'll hang on to it. Jackson up top, Randy Stotts loaded. And a high save once again for Ward. He steers that one out of play.
Yeah, the seas parted. Zed Williams with a nice pick in the middle on Cole.
Now Jamieson comes on as he replaces Kyle Jackson from his familiar shooter spot that he likes so much. Scored a lot of goals from that area right there, has Cody Jamieson. 16 on the shot clock. Williams to Jamieson, back up to Zed, back to Cody, down to the crease, and Randy Stotts tucks it in, and we're tied.
Canada's got to take account for Jamieson taking that shot. I don't blame him. He sucked everybody in, including the goaltender Dylan Ward. Finds his buddy in the back door, Randy Stotts, and that's just easy pickings right there. Great passing up top to set it all up, and Jamieson, quick pass, quick stick at the near post, and Stotts gets his first of the evening.
So that's 1 goal off the major now. Still 2:03 to go in it. So the Iroquois can get 1 more, but we are back to level ground. Brand new lacrosse game here with 2:36 to go in the second quarter. Whistle goes, Thompson wins it as that trend continues. And I'm not sure why the referee is lining up in that spot that he is. Maybe he's supposed to, I'm not sure. I'm not a face-off guy.
That's It's definitely made a big difference for both Thompson and Withers this evening.
That's a back over violation. Stotts hates the call, but Corbeil will pick it up. And almost got knocked down there for Courier. Well, Canada will try and stop the run here as the Iroquois have 2 straight and have tied the game. Still in the man advantage here for the next minute and a half. Church will circle high. Briar Jonathan on the hands with chops. Doby, rink wide. Dixon, a riser off the crossbar and out. A low to high rocket there from Dixon, had Hill down.
Patented shot, you said it, Jake, low to high. He doesn't need a lot of space to let it go. And he'll do it from the outside more often than not. Hill got lucky there, remains tied at 6s.
Dixon looking at the official saying, Brandon Goodwin's cross-checking me off ball right now. You're not supposed to do that. Right in front of the referee, no call. Goodwin has shortened it up now that he knows he's being watched. Matthews holding. Moving in and then lost the ball on the dodge as he jumps around Bomberry, picks the ball back up. He's got Dixon wide open in front, tried to feed him blindly. And a souvenir goes into section O, row 6, seat 14. As a youngster there will have something to take home and remember here from the World Championships.
Yeah, Matthews just a touch off right now, Jake. That could happen when you sit and watch for a couple games. He's a veteran, he's a pro, he'll get right back into it.
Still 33 seconds to go here on the power play. Stotts to Jamieson up top. Randy Stotts off the crossbar, stayed out. Ring it square on. Half an inch lower, and that thing's in.
A post at one end on the Dixon shot, and then a post at the other by Stotts.
Now Canada can pretty much kill off the rest of the time here.
I need a fresh coat of paint. The half.
Dixon holding, stutter step, now the spin. 8 on the shot clock, Dixon on the run. Fire, big rebound here from Hill, but Nationals surround that loose ball and pick it up. Got a 3-second, maybe 2.5 differential between game clock and shot clock here. Iroquois can essentially hang on for final possession, and they decide to call timeout as we're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse. And final possession of this opening half that has been absolutely miraculous. It's lived up to the billing here, Brandon Astle. Canada and Iroquois, both 3-0 coming into this one. You knew it was going to be a dandy.
Yeah, and then some. I mean, what more can you ask for? Great goaltending. We've seen some great goals. We've seen some big hits. If the 2 teams would be allowed to play a little bit more, that'd be great, but we know that's not going to happen, so
they got to adjust.
It may come down to who's more disciplined.
Very well could.
Which face-off man's going the other way in the fourth quarter,
exactly.
which right now.
Well, I mean, just look at that penalty situation for Canada and how it kind of turned this game. Canada had the 2-goal lead, started to feel pretty good about themselves, and then all of a sudden 2 penalties, including 1 major in this game. The momentum has shifted so quickly, and now you feel like it's the Nationals that are in control, even though we're tied.
It goes both ways. You can't be shorthanded against the other. Jamieson, Stotts, Jackson, Nanakook, they'll burn you. On the Canadian side, same deal. Doby, Smith, Dixon, McIntosh, Church. 9 times out of 10, they're going to burn you when they're up a man. There's just too much talent on both sides of the floor, so this game could very well come down to who's more disciplined.
Very well could. It may come down to the final possession here tonight as well, Brandon.
Looks like we're going to have a 6-on-5 final possession for Iroquois.
Well,
no
little dangerous here. 20 on this shot clock, 22 on the game clock. So the Iroquois just can't run this thing right down and then shoot. They have to leave a little time on the clock, and they got an empty net. They do have the short change here in the second quarter, though. So they may just send a man to the box here with 5 or 6 seconds left. Jamieson, backdoor, and it's in. Stotts has another with 3.3 to go. A backdoor feed from Jammer to Randy. And in it goes. Iroquois in front for the first time tonight at 7-6.
Yeah, first time Canada has trailed in this tournament. Once again, the connection of Jamieson to Stotts with 3 on the clock. Same play as Stotts' last goal. Jamieson sucks in the defenders and the goaltender Dylan Ward. Stotts is there, near side post, quick stick. And it's 7-6 Iroquois, leaving the home crowd stunned as we're 3 seconds away from the break.
Man, oh man, are we in for a second half here tonight? And that's more like it there from the official. Stayed right over top of it as a long shot from Withers, didn't miss by much. As the buzzer sounds to end the first 30 minutes here from Langley. And you couldn't draw it up any better. Shots on goal, 29-28 Canada. The Iroquois Nationals lead it, however, 7-6. As the two teams make their way back out onto the turf, shots on goal 29-28 Canada, but it's Iroquois leading 7-6. Stats from that opening half, Brendan.
Well, Iroquois closed it out in style. They scored 3 straight goals, including the go-ahead goal with 3 seconds left, Jake. And at the end of the day, they made life tough on the top forwards for Team Canada. Guys like Mark Matthews, Curtis Dixon, Ben McIntosh, Dane Smith. They got all their points in the first quarter. They allowed just 1 goal in that second quarter, and that was that one from Shane Jackson on the near side post. So
teams are at center and set to go. We'll let you get back at it in 1 second, but blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in the second half as Rogers, just as he did to start the game, will scoop up a loose ball to start the second half as he takes one up a little high from Thompson. Didn't sell the call that hard. Here's Dane Smith, who opened the scoring. Into the middle, he's got rim, he's got a shot, and a low stop there for Hill, who pops back to his feet as Bomberry comes up with the loose ball. Any other pertinent stats you want to get out of the way quickly?
Well, just team leaders-wise, Mark Matthews has 3 for Canada. Nanticoke and Jamieson both have 5, and it's Jamieson and Stotts who have really picked it up the last quarter.
There is Stotts as he spins away from Rogers. Corbeil will pick up. Got picked off by Nanticoke's open on the back door. And Poulin, who starts the second half here, Brandon, as I notice that post-to-post save from Pooley. Yeah, as he robbed Nanticoke.
He came out during halftime, took some warm-up shots, and I was wondering, what's he doing here? Is he just trying to stay loose just in case? But no, he's getting the start. He played in Canada's second game.
Probably by design here to split the duties here in this round-robin game and maybe decide who's going to play the final after their performance of a half each. Here maybe a chance in transition for the Iroquois. Good feed from Hill. It's Bomberry, and Poulin got a piece of that one. And I know we're in just a 1-goal game here, Brandon, but you really kind of feel like the next goal in this game becomes a big one. Like, if the Iroquois can get the 2-goal lead, they're going to start to feel real good. And if Canada can tie it up, they might just settle them down here a little bit after a long penalty kill.
Yeah, Poulin's been put in a tough spot, man. It's always tough to come off the bench in any situation, but a big game like this?
Doby, no, says Warren Hill. And Iroquois looking to run here a little bit in this third quarter. No transition on this opportunity as Miles Thompson comes onto the floor. Jordan Durston wearing those beautiful purple Jordans down there. Ball far side with Stotts. Hossack backs away. Stotts on the spin. He's got Nanticoke on the pop out. Ball sailed over his head. 8 on the shot clock. Durston runs it down but turned it over to Matt Beers, who's got Courier up the floor but decides to hang on after a long defensive shift.
Full credit to Warren Hill. He allowed 5 goals in the first quarter. Jake really settled down, faced 15 shots in the second quarter, only allowed 1. He was one of the best goalies in the second half in the NLL last year with Rochester.
Sure was. Jackson, who had a good opening half, as Church knocked down. Penalty call coming. Matthews with a laser. Handled by, look out, that went back into the crease of Hill, who finds it. And here comes a power play for Canada as Church was hit. And who we got here going? It's Bomberry off to the penalty box.
Yeah, Tyson Bomberry just a little too aggressive here on Church. Off the ball, Church going to the net. He got grabbed onto and pushed to the turf from behind. Ref was right there to make the call. Canada's power play started off red hot, 2 for 2, but they've cooled off. They're now 2 for 5.
Let's see what this one does. Matthews, Doby, Jackson, Dixon, McIntosh. A lot of firepower out there. Dixon tried to thread it across. Thompson knocked it down. It's 2-on-2 up the floor. Oh, Tarbell just peeled off. Here comes Miles. Thompson going to go right to the cage, and a slick over the head check there from Matthews to strip Thompson.
Yeah, great set of defending. Jeremy Thompson looked like he had a lane. He can play some D2, the big man.
The old crowbar check there. Matthews steps in, down to the crease, and again, Matthews just
a little off.
Yeah, just kind of forcing things a little bit here. Now we got a battle for a loose ball. And Canada, with just 5 on the shot clock, will get bailed out here with a fresh 30. Now McIntosh up at the shooter. Dixon down on the crease. Here's Doby. Up to Matthews. Inside. Mack will turn and shoot, and Hill will stop it, as I don't think McIntosh was quite ready for that feed.
Well, you should always be ready when Mark Matthews has the ball. He knew he had a lane, gave it to him. McIntosh had a pretty good scoring opportunity.
Hard hit there. Bomberry hangs onto the ball. Matthews knocked down a pass, lost his stick, got to go after it. Rubish will pick it up. It's 2-on-1 here with Dixon if he wants it. Rubish coming in, fake it, take it, scores!
What a play by Mark Matthews, the big man doing it again on D. Knocks the ball free for Rubish, goes 2-on-1 with Dixon. Who had Kyle Rubish scoring a power play goal tonight?
Not me. And listen, Rubish, one of the best in the business at the other end of the floor. The man does not score a lot of goals. And don't think Heine Thompson didn't know that as he covered off Dixon and just dared Rubish to shoot it. And he beat Hill clean on a bouncer. We're tied at 7.
What an effort in transition. What an effort by Mark Matthews. 2 great defensive plays on that power play opportunity, and he's not going to get an assist. It's unassisted, it's too bad.
Now it looks like Cole will be the man to come out of the back end and take up here for Robert Hope, who's no longer in this game. Church across the top to Jackson, who moves in. Into the middle, Jackson still with it, dangling, shooting, and Hill to stop, rebound, up for grabs, and Warren Hill will claim it in his crease.
Yeah, for just joining us, Robert Hope tossed out of this game, 5-minute major for cross-checking.
Well, if you're just joining us, shame on you.
Yeah,
you missed a great opening half. But yes, Hope out of the game with a high stick major in the second quarter. This is Stotts. Swing it, Nanako, take it, and that one deflecting right to Durston, who faked it, driving, Durston, 5-hole, scores!
What a move by Jordan Durston.
Throws everybody with that one.
Steps around Priolo off a pump fake. This guy is all heart, grabs a loose ball. Priolo takes a bait, and Durston from a sharp angle. That's probably one Poulin might want to have back, but Durston never afraid to get in the dirty areas, and Iroquois goes back up by 1.
Remember, folks, Canada has never lost at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships. And Iroquois have only lost 6 games, all of them at the hands of the Canadians. They have a 1-goal lead here with 10:10 to go in this third quarter. And Withers with a face-off win. Right down Main Street, pass off Rogers, one more, Jackson scores!
Well, that's a way to tie the game, right off the face-off. What a weapon Jake Withers is, Jake.
My goodness.
Look at this, with
Withers,
the face-off.
Rogers, Jackson.
Too easy.
I don't know if it's too easy, but they made it look easy, I'll say that much.
Jackson's second of the game, similar to his first goal, just a quick stick along the post, and it's 8-8 just like that.
Back to center.
Another face-off win from Withers.
Here's Rogers, who's got some touch up front as well, but that pass just stayed in play for Matthews. He'll rip one into the corner for Jackson, 16 on the shot clock. Jackson up top, McIntosh move it one more here to Dixon out wide, sizes up his man. Dixon with room, in behind the goal, dunk attempt, and that counts. The mailman delivering from behind the goal, and Canada back in front 9-8.
Mark Matthews using that long frame to his advantage. Curtis Dixon, what an assist. Watch this. I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot it. Actually, you know what, Mark? You take it behind the net and dunk it. Unbelievable effort from Mark Matthews, and Canada's back up by 1.
You don't see Mark Matthews work from that location on the floor very often, but obviously one of the most skilled players on the planet, showing you how it's done on the dunk from behind the rack.
5th of the tournament for Matthews. That'll probably get him going a bit.
And what do we got here? I'll say Canada in early and give the ball to the Nationals. Now finding themselves down a goal. Shots spreading out there a little bit, Brandon. 38-31 Canada now.
These next few possessions so massive for Iroquois, Jake.
Kyle Jackson and Poulin with an elbow stop, ball loose. And Stotts will pluck it out of there. Heine. Up to KJ. And here's Stotts out wide. Beers waiting for him. Here comes the pick from Miles. Quick shot. Ball loose again. Who wants it? It rolls back into the crease of Poulin. And he thought about the outlet to Rogers, goes up the floor instead. Doby somehow knocks it ahead to himself, but then Heine Thompson there to swoop in and steal it back.
Yeah, Dane Doby still frustrated. No points in this game. Had one roll out of his stick there awkwardly.
Back on offense here for the Nationals. Corbeil on the hands of Miles Thompson, who didn't like that very much. Here's Jamieson, kick it high. Subber from Zed Williams. Poulin got a piece. Now Nanakoke working on Hossack. Back out high for Williams. Here's Durston. He'll drive it, shoot it, and look 5-hole again. And Poulin says, not this time.
Man, you wouldn't think Poulin was coming in cold off the bench. He has come in relief with Dylan Ward and has been an absolute wall. Only one has beaten him. We're almost about 8 minutes to go now in the third. What a luxury. What a luxury.
There's Matthews. Literally, I think any one of these other 19 teams at the tournament would take the other two Canadian goalies, whoever's not starting for Canada.
Yeah, they can start on any team, no question about it. They could allow to dress 3 goaltenders. They'd all play a quarter and a bit, maybe.
Mind you, the way Warren Hill's going right now, I think a few teams wouldn't mind having 76 backstopping. Here's Stotts. No look shot, look out. It's loose in the crease, and Poulin finally finds it beside him. As the net knocked off here, it's Canada ball. As Matt Beers the man to clear here as we're halfway through this third quarter now. Canada with the 1-goal lead, 9-8. Out shooting the Nationals 39-35.
If this isn't turf, Jake, that's maybe bouncing into the net.
Guaranteed. McIntosh to Dixon. Fake it. Off the post, short side. Oh, the two-man game worked to perfection, but Dixon couldn't beat the iron.
Two of the best in the business working the two-man game. They've made a habit of that in the summer season with the Berards to perfection there, but Dixon draws iron.
Heine Thompson back on. Miles will pop out. Here's the spin move from Heine. Gets to the goal. Poulin pops up like a pogo stick there to make that save. Hossack runs through the middle. On comes Robert Church with speed. Corbeil off to the Canadian bench. McIntosh coming to join his best friend, Rob Church. Now it's Doby. Wide for Jackson. Shane Jackson creeping in. Skip feed. Here's McIntosh looking 7-hole, and Warren Hill squeezes the arm up against the midsection there. Now Goodwin will settle down here for the Nationals. As on comes Kyle Jackson with Cody Jamieson, his Halifax Thunderbird teammate. Williams, Stotts, and Durston, the other 3. Jamieson to the point. Rogers had his stick held, pass in behind the goal. It's knocked down by Poulin, and Withers couldn't find it in his pocket. Jackson will drive, and taken down, penalty call coming. And who is this on? Is it on Jackson for diving into the crease? I think it is.
Withers looks hot under the collar as well, but you're right, Jake. It is going to be Jackson going to the box, and Mike Poulin.
Kyle Jackson hates the call. I don't know. You have a look. You judge yourself.
I thought it was coming on Withers for like a hold or something, so I'm a bit surprised.
Or just don't call anything.
Goaltender interference is the call.
Let him play.
So Canada 3 for 6 on the power play in this game, operating at their 50% ratio that they came in. They got the momentum right now. They're down a goal coming into the third. They're out shooting Iroquois 41-36, and that all-world power play led by Mark Matthews playing the quarterback out there on the turf.
Canada wants to go quickly here. They will. McIntosh tonight on the doorstep comes up with a loose ball and finds Dixon, but he dropped it. Ball on his feet. Friendly bounce off the inside heel of Dixon right to McIntosh. Here he is again. Up top, Matthews lets it go, and that hit a national stick on the way in. Jackson trying to corral it. Thompson all over him. Over comes Doby. Shot clock winding down all the while here. Thompson fully aware. Down to 2. This will be a shot clock violation on Canada.
Yeah, nice adjustment by Iroquois on the penalty kill. They've noticed Matthews not afraid to let it rip from deep. They're getting in the shooting lanes. They're making life tough on these talented Canadian forwards. Not a lot of room out there in this close game.
Just over 5 to go in this third quarter of 4. Pass high for Heine Thompson. Priolo picked off by Jamieson. Good pick up there from Cole. Feet in front on the post up. Here comes the double. And Rubish just chopped down Miles Thompson with a hefty swing.
Rubish and Corbeil, deadly combination. Your odds are stacked against you when you're going up against those two, as Miles Thompson just found out.
Matthews back on. Doby in the middle this time as they go box and one again. McIntosh, Dixon, McIntosh, 10 on the shot clock. Dixon, Matthews now. Skip it, McIntosh, quick stick. And in it goes. Canada, power play goal. It's 10-8.
Dane Doby, little decoy action in the middle there. He was wreaking havoc, trying to set screens and distracted the Iroquois. Watch Doby in the middle of the screen here. Wants the pass, doesn't get it. Gets pushed from behind. That opens up the seam. Boom, back to the net for McIntosh. Another goal for number 90 in red. Another power play marker, the fourth of the night for Canada. And all of a sudden, they're up by 2. 4:40 to go in this third quarter.
McIntosh catching feeds from Mark Matt. Like, the thing is coming 100 miles an hour right at his face, and he finds a way to get it in and out of his pocket in lightning quick fashion. I don't know how he does it.
It's self-defense.
Honestly. Here come the Nationals, down 2 now. Stouts with it. Near side feed, Durston has to settle it. Rogers out on him. Now Williams dropped the ball. He'll pick it up. Courier right on him. Williams into the middle. A little forearm shiver. Kick it off Durston. Load it. Fire it. Oh! Almost slipped 7-hole on Poulin, who makes the save.
Mike Poulin again, what a job. He's been the difference in this third quarter. Thrown into the action. He's a cool, calm, collected. Has been a very calming influence on this entire team, making life a lot easier on this defensive
There's
unit.
Doby. Dip and dunk, and it goes.
It's only a matter of time, Jake.
Can't keep him off the score sheet forever. And I want to get back to Mike Poulin, who maybe might be the most beloved teammate in the sport of lacrosse. Everybody loves Mike Poulin.
And they love his play coming into this third quarter. He's not going to get an assist on this goal, but
Look at that move from Doby.
the reigning NLL MVP taking the feed from Matthews. Little dunk over the head of Hill. And Canada rolling. They're up by 3.
Face-off violation on Thompson as Withers has possession. Here comes the double team. Trying to split it. Doesn't, shoots right on, and Hill down, makes the save. And then Tarbell and Withers into it. And no call. They got to send them both. They probably should, and they will. They let him get away with a little pushy shovey for a bit and then decided, no, you're both going to the box.
Game all about runs, Jake, and Canada on a nice 4-goal run right now. After Jordan Durston scored to make it 8-7 Iroquois, Jackson, Matthews, McIntosh, Doby, 4 different goal scorers. Matthews in on the last 3. He's leading Canada right now.
And now the next goal becomes a biggie here, Brandon. The Iroquois want to stay within striking distance here. They need the next one, or Canada could extend to 4. Durston, which is still not insurmountable, but you don't want to fall too far behind this Canadian team as Nanacook tucks it in, but after the whistle.
The penalty coming up, away from the ball. A hard screen set by Miles Thompson.
And again, okay, moving pick, change of possession, but this is not a penalty. It's just not. But this is the way it is. Again, this is the way it's been called all week long. Watch. I mean, okay, moving pick.
Yeah, at the very least, that's a change of possession.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a moving pick and a change of possession. I just don't know if it warrants 2 minutes, and especially in a game like this.
So illegal body contact is the call.
But again, they've called it the same way all week long, and you got to adjust. Tough pass there for Matthews. Dixon's got it at the shooter. Doby again in the middle, drawing lots of attention. Matthews from the point, load it. And Hill the stop down low. Doby takes an extra shot, ball up the floor. Bomberry dropping the bucket. Here's Bomberry, and he put it wide.
Oh, put on a tee by Warren Hill. What a pass.
I don't think Warren Hill gets enough credit for how well he throws the ball.
He's done that a couple times. Right on the screws. You got to bury that. That would have been massive for Iroquois.
Here's Doby. Inside, gets hit. Pass off. Dixon down to the crease. McIntosh on the reach was blocked. Then he lost his stick. Looking for a call. Not going to get it. As Thompson has it, he's got 10 seconds to get it up and over, and the Nationals will clear with seconds to spare. Williams coming in. He's got Goodwin to his right. Now Goodwin, had Poulin dancing around like a Russian bear and couldn't tuck it in.
All day. I think Goodwin was shocked how much time he had. He was able to put on a little tap dance routine at the top of the crease. Poulin stays with them stride for stride. Didn't give him any room. I don't know how he didn't bite on one of those fakes.
Still time here on the man advantage. 38 seconds to go in it. Just over 2 to go in the quarter. Matthews with a rip. And that went head level and missed everything. And it goes back across center here. Shot clock about to expire on Canada. And Church will just leave it and get in a change. And now the Nationals can kill off the remaining time. 25 seconds left. Excuse me, I'm getting... Oh, yeah, I saw Withers standing in the penalty box there for a second, and that threw me off. Him and Miles in there serving off, setting minors. This is Randy Stotts in the post-up, tried to backhand feed Heine in front. And penalty time just about over now as we'll go back to 5-on-5 as we're into the final minute and a half here of the third. Miles Thompson out of the box. He'll make the change and get a defender out there. It's Thomas Hogarth coming on. As he'll pick up on Dobie. Church moves it quickly to Dixon. 15 on the shot clock. Smith took a stick up high. This is Dixon. Scores! There's the next one, and it's 12-8 Canada.
I was just waiting to see when a defender was going to go to Dixon. You can't give a guy like that time and space. He's going to make you pay. I think he was surprised how much time they were allowing him. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6, back of the net.
You give him the little jump stop into his shot, he's going to bury it. Just look, when he can step into it like that, forget it. He's going to score. The man is a machine. Superman, Brennan.
10th goal of the tournament. Scored a similar like that earlier in the first, and Canada on a 5-goal run.
60 seconds to play in the third quarter. A little story about Curtis Dixon, a young girl waiting for him outside the arena last night, wanting to get her Canadian hat signed. Curtis Dixon, one of the only players to come out, as he'll get another chance here. Oh my, crease violation.
Yeah.
Little girl wanted obviously some more autographs. Asked Curtis if he could get a couple more players to sign it. What does Curtis Dixon do? Goes back into the building, back into the Canadian dressing room, passes the hat around the entire room, gets everybody to sign it for this young girl, and comes back out. Made her day.
Poco kid, what more can you say, Jake?
Randy Stotts with a shot. Poulin steers that one aside. Into the final 20 seconds we go. Ball is loose near corner. Nanakoke with a well-timed chop there from Dan Coates. Frees up the ball for Priolo. And then Priolo ducks away from Nanakoke. Maybe numbers here for Canada. Smith on the run. Got time. Tucks in. Shoots. And just missed far side. And that's the way the third quarter will come to a close. Canada goes on a big-time run in that third quarter. They outshoot the Iroquois 47-38. They lead them by 4. 12-8 Canada. When we return for the final 15 minutes here of Day 5 of the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships from Langley on LAC Sports Network and TFSE TV. All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back. 45 minutes down, 15 here to go on Day 5 of the World Championships. Canada 3-0, Iroquois 3-0. And 15 minutes to settle this one. Canada leads at 12-8. Jake Elliott, Brandon Astle with you. Teams are at center and set to go. Ball down, sticks down. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. And Withers moving early. We'll give a possession here to the Nats.
5 goals in the first quarter for Canada, Jake. 1 in the second, another 5 spot in the third, and currently on a 5-goal run. And their big guns back doing most of the damage. Dixon, Dobie, Matthews, and McIntosh.
Here comes Iroquois. It's Randy Stotts who got it going in the second quarter for the Nationals. Hard feed, looking for the dunk from DeHogan from behind the rack there, but ends up in the crease, and it's Canada ball. Here comes Dane Dobie. Posts up on his man, moving pick call there on Matthews, who knocked down Bomberry. He's looking for a call, saying, wasn't that a penalty?
I was just going to say, Iroquois has every right to be mad about
There's
that.
Tarbell off the post. Sorry, Brandon. As Beers corrals a loose ball, turn and fire. He's got Priolo on the go. But Canada, no transition, and Priolo will settle things down.
Shots 47-40 for Canada.
Dane Smith off to Dixon, 10 on the shot clock. Dixon tried to feed in behind. Nice pick off there from Bomberry. He'll lead feed here for Hogarth, sticks it in gear. Tommy Hogarth coming in. He'll drop it back to Thompson over the shoulder. That was ambitious. Ball goes up into the air. Who wants it? Hossack in the mix. And guess who? Zach Courier. But a penalty call coming here to Canada for too many men.
Yeah, legal substitution. Canada coaching staff not happy about the call. And the Iroquois will go to the power play. They need something early here. They're down by 4. How many times we said the next goal is huge? They got the players to do it. If they play anything like they did in the second, where they scored 3, only allowed 1, they'll have a chance. It all starts right now. See if Jamieson and Stotts can get back on track.
Yeah, they need to get one here on the man advantage, no question. Here's Stotts, score, oh my. Laser beam into the top corner from Randy Stotts. Took 9 seconds, and no goaltender on the planet stopping that one.
And they're back on track. Randy Stotts with his hat-trick goal. Jamieson, the primary helper, and like you said, Jake, that did not take long at all. Stotts already had it reared back before he got it. Rips it top shelf. Poulin, no chance on that. That's exactly what Iroquois needed, down by 3. They saw Canada go on a run. They stopped some of the bleeding. Now we'll see if it's their turn to make some hay.
47-41, your shots on goal. 3-goal game now, and Iroquois had it and lost it. Canada will get it in the stick of Jake Withers. Jake Withers right down the pipe, and he shot it high over top of the goal. Church will take it. As Winster Green out for a shift of defense here for the Nationals. Dane Smith can't get a shot off. 10 on the clock. He'll make the turn out of the corner. Now loads it, shoots it low. He'll stop the rebound. Dixon goes horizontal and tucks it in. What a goal from 17.
Follow the rebound, Jake. That's exactly what Dixon did off the hard rip from Dane Smith. You saw it coming. It's like you read it beautifully off the pad of Hill. Dane Smith.
The skill that this takes here, Brandon, to scoop and shoot and tuck all in the air. Wow.
All in one motion. There's the hat-trick goal from Dixon. It puts Canada back up by 4. Dixon, one of the 2 players on Team Canada with 50 goals or more in the NLL.
Dane Smith, the other. Matthews?
Mark Matthews, 50 goals in 2015.
Thank you.
And obviously Dane Smith had 72. So 3, I was wrong.
Okay. Or I was just extra right.
Yeah.
2 minutes gone as Canada answers back and makes it a 4-goal lead once again. Jackson out of the corner as the drums pick up once again in behind the Nationals bench. Jamieson down on the crease. Right, good defense there from Rogers to deter that pass as a lead feed here for Hossack. 2-on-1 with McIntosh. Hossack, and that shot blocked. As McIntosh takes one on the legs, first through the crease to touch the ball, and Iroquois will get possession.
That's got to leave a mark. McIntosh limps off to the bench, shaking his head.
Can literally hear that plastic whack across the bare leg of Mac, and I'm wearing headset across the floor on level 4. Ouch. Miles Thompson dangling down low. Hogarth a roll to the goal, not open. Miles from well out, and Poulin stops his Georgia Swarm teammate from 30 feet out.
Iroquois actually led Canada twice in the gold medal game in 2015, Jake, so leading the Canadians, not uncharted waters, but just like in 2015, Canada got on a run.
That's why you play 60 minutes. Here's a chance for the Nationals now. Thompson up there with Tarbell, runs a pick for him. Tarbell to the rack, shoots, and Poulin sliding across, made the save. It was a crease violation anyway.
Yeah, Tarbell, I like his game. Recent draft pick in the NLL, first rounder.
Swarm property.
He's going to have himself a career.
Yes, indeed. Here's Matthews off the half boards. Into the middle. Matthews shoots, and Hill stared that one right down from point blank range. Ball into the corner. Briar Jonathan first to it. Ball still loose, however. Matthews still working after it along with Dane Smith, but it's JT that comes away. Feeds up. Bomberry gets away from Courier. Oh, took a stick in the head, no call. Right in front of the official.
They don't see anything, everything it turns out.
It was a brush. Here's Nanticoke on a spin. Blind shot there, almost got it to go low.
That'll be a penalty, though.
It will be. Arm up. Hill to the Iroquois bench. Extra attacker comes on in Heine Thompson. Not to worry, though, as Cody Jamieson pots it low, and we're back to a 3-goal lead. 13-10 now.
A hard rip from the lefty. If Iroquois wants to get back into this is the guy that has to lead the way. Jamieson gets the pass from Stotts and wastes no time, pumping it to the back of the net on the 6-on-5. Still lots of time left in this game, Jake. Cody Jamieson leading this team. He's up to 11 goals this tournament.
Do not go anywhere. 10:35 here to go. In this one, shots on goal now 50-44 in favor of Canada, who have a 3-goal lead as we go back to center floor. Thompson and Withers to the boards. Zed Williams up with a loose ball. He's pressured there by Hosick. Still, and he scores! What a goal from Zed Williams.
What an effort by Williams. Taking it hard to the net. Lowers the head. Gets away from 2 Canadian defenders. Keeps the legs going. Diving effort. Beats Poulin between the legs. You can't.
Just to hang on to that ball against Hosick, then maintain the balance, keep the feet out of the crease, and find the back of the goal. Impressive from 28.
Yeah, the Canadians, I think, were just ready for him to fall at a moment's notice, but he remained balanced and was able to put it to the back of the net.
Ball loose off the face-off. Canada had it, lost it. Thompson, he's got it now. Goes back into his own zone here to Bomberry. He'll move it across the center line to Jamieson. And now 2 quick goals here for the Nationals, back within 2 and have possession. Here's Stotts on the run, shoots, and Poulin stared that one down. Jamieson will get the loose ball. Fresh 30 for the Nationals, and 10 minutes to play here in the 4th. Miles Thompson on the flip to Heine, and that one sailed on him. Jamieson's got it to Stotts with 20 on the shot clock. And now Beers picked off in the back, and that one slips in. And we got a 1-goal game.
4th goal of the night for Rondy Stotts. Beers hits the deck. Stotts able to stuff it short side.
Watch the pick here on Beers. It was a bit of a soft one there on Hogarth, and Beers tried to sell it, didn't get the call. And then that one slipping short side on Poulin out of the stick of Randy Stotts. And it's 13-12. Buckle up. 9:47 to go.
3 straight goals in under a couple minutes, and we have ourselves a game again.
And now Withers slow to get to the Canadian bench.
It's a penalty.
It is. An arm up here from the low official, as Canada's going to go back to the man advantage as they bring on the 6 attackers, and lots of time to work with here. 13 seconds. Church, Matthews, Dixon, Smith, McIntosh, Doby. 8 on the clock. Here's Dixon from the point. Loads, fire, scores!
Well, if he's not diving through the crease, he's letting him rip from the outside. He scored a similar like that earlier this game. Watch this little pump fake to open up some space. Not there, that's the one.
Got Goodwin to freeze on the original shot fake there. And might have froze Hill a little bit as well, and then finds Lowe on the stick side. Back to a 2-goal lead here for Canada, 14-12.
Goals coming fast and furious. That's got to be a bit deflating for Iroquois. They were really starting to find their offensive rhythm.
Again, Withers moves early. It's Iroquois ball. Thompson finds Kyle Jackson off the Iroquois bench. On comes to Hogan Nanticoke, Zed Williams, Stotts, Jamieson, Jackson. Set play on here for Richie Kilgore and the Nationals. Jamieson around that pick as he scored a couple of times tonight from that area on the floor. Put that one high. Zed Williams now lets it rip. And Poulin fights that one into the corner. Stotts double team. Ball is loose. Hasek will pick up. He's surrounded. Shovels ahead here to Courier. On his horse to the bench is Challen Rogers.
Man, how good of a game has Hasek had both ends of the floor, Jake. First in the corner, first on loose balls. He'll take it in transition. He's got a goal. So he's not underrated.
It's literally every game, every shift. And here comes another call to Iroquois. Dixon loads, and that one hit a body in Winchester Green. Look at Poulin.
Shoot it.
3 on the clock, down to the crease. McIntosh from a bad angle, but he had to get it towards the goal. And Canada going back to the man advantage with a 2-goal lead. As it's Bomberry off to the penalty box here for the Nationals. Brendan Bomberry.
Canada's been dominant on the power play this evening. 5 goals on the man advantage. They just scored 6 on 5. The last one from Dixon. Dixon will be out there with Matthews, Doby, Jackson, McIntosh. This is a big PK here for Iroquois.
Huge. Jackson, Doby, Matthews, flip it. Here's Dixon down to the crease, and Jackson denied by Hill, and a nice play there for Jackson to smack it back to Matthews. New 30. Mark Matthews from the point. Flip it. Doby has a look. He'll give it to Jackson. Back door, and McIntosh couldn't find the goal. 16 on the shot clock now for Matthews at the point. Steps in. Down to McIntosh. Here's Doby. Scores into the top corner. What a shot.
Outstanding 3-way passing play. Matthews, the quarterback, whips it to his left. McIntosh, Doby, back of the net. It's just not fair. At one post, you got Shane Jackson. The other, you got Ben McIntosh. You got Matthews playing the middle. Who do you cover? You can't. That's going to be the result more often than not.
Here's a suggestion. Don't take penalties.
That'll work.
Easier said than done. Good teams will draw you into calls, but literally, you take a call against either of these teams, and you give the other team a man advantage. It's going to end up in the back of your goal. Withers pulls it free. In some trouble, however, gets it loose for Cole. Big Cole bump there by Thompson, who steals it right away from him. Nice job there from Jeremy Thompson.
Should we say it again? The next goal is huge.
It is. 7:20 to play in the fourth quarter. It's a 3-goal lead here for Canada. Cody Jamieson. Zed Williams on a spin move. Getting inside. Williams. He runs hard into the crease. Couldn't get the shot cleanly, and it's Canada ball. Out shooting the Iroquois 53-48 now. And this easily the game of the tournament so far, Brendan. I don't think I need to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway.
It's lived up to the billing. Just when you think one team's going to pull away, the other gets back in it. And we're still not done. We got under 7 minutes to go here.
Here's McIntosh on the run down to Dane Smith. Looks into the middle, nobody open. He'll circle high. Takes a check there from Jonathan. Dane Smith! And Warren Hill able to get a glove on that one. Ball bouncing around here. Church will dig it off the turf, and he'll run for open pastures here and get a new 30 for Canada. As Smith getting worked over here inside by Long. Here's Matthews off the boards. Loads it. Fired high, looking short side. Missed it. 16 on the clock for Church. Give it right back to Matthews. Here's the pick from Doby. Spin it. Double screen. Kick it. McIntosh. Book it.
The Saskatchewan Rush duo of Matthews and McIntosh going to work. What a game for McIntosh. That's his hat-trick goal. Mark Matthews has 9 points. Great screen there set by Dane Doby, and underrated in the middle of the floor. Dane Smith was wreaking havoc. He was taking defenders with him left, right, and center. And McIntosh in his office makes it 16-12. Canada.
They have the 4-goal lead back here with 6:18 to go. And procedure on Thompson this time, and he's going to get a delay of game. And that's the right call. I mean, I don't like it, but it's the right call. Thompson obviously frustrated, just poked the ball on the turf and knocked it down, and that's delay of game. You can't do it.
Well, they've been calling that 10 times out of 10. Even just a tiny nudge I've seen called.
But they literally call the game to the letter of the law. No gray area.
And these officials are getting graded every game, Jake. They're getting flown in
Sure
all across the world. They're the best of what they do.
Jackson, count it. What did that take? 9 seconds.
Why wait when you got talent like this on the floor? Dixon behind the back feed to McIntosh, as you'll see on the replay. And Shane Jackson has scored 3 goals exactly like that, just receiving a feed. Across the floor, quick stick, short side post, back of the net. Canada pulling away their largest lead of the game. They're up by 5.
Remember, this was 7-6 Iroquois at halftime. So it's been a 10-5 run here for Canada in the second half. As Hogarth goes spinning to the turf, and he's in some discomfort. And he's had some knee injury trouble over the years here, and this does not look good for Hogarth, who's looks like he's clutching his right leg, which is not the leg that has the brace on it.
Yeah, it looks like it just buckled underneath him in a freak play there. He's laying on his back, getting medical attention. He's starting to stretch it out.
You hate to see it, and I don't know if we'll get a replay of it. I didn't really catch it out of the corner of my eye. It's kind of an awkward play, really.
Yeah, he got tangled up. It's one of those plays that you can't really do anything about on either side. And he'll get help off the floor and not put much weight on that right leg.
You got to hope the best for Thomas Hogarth, who's been a real effective player, and he is in a lot of pain right now. That's tough.
That would be a tough blow. Already without the services of Lyle Thompson. Lower body injury.
And Matt Beers comes over and gives his former Vancouver Stealth teammate a pat on the head, knowing that his tournament is probably over here. And Mike Poulin, who just won a Mann Cup with Hogarth, will come over and have a word with him as well. He'll be literally carried off the floor here with no pressure on his right leg. And Thomas Hogarth could be off the lacrosse floor for a while by the looks of it.
Well, let's hope not. This is a guy that works hard every shift. He's come such a long way in his lacrosse career, Jake. He's carved out a nice little professional career.
3 straight Mann Cups. He's never lost in Senior A. From the Ojibwe Nation, I can't even pronounce, Tulalagwitch, I believe. Both parents, First Nations, Indigenous descent from different territories. Most Haudenosaunee, but Hogarth and a couple others, ones that are from different tribes. As Dixon takes it from behind the goal with the 5-goal lead now. And that just kind of put a bit of a sour damper on this game. That was, I mean, it's still a gorgeous game here, don't get me wrong, but you just hate to see an injury happen like that late in a game like this.
Exactly, especially to a guy like Thomas Hogarth. Leaves it all out on the floor.
Shot from Jackson. Oh, Mikey Poulin! Somebody call the police. There has been a robbery inside the Langley Event Center. Here's Smith. Oh, and Mike Poulin absolutely loves it as he gives it the big old pumpernickel after that one.
I was just going to say, the happiest guy in the building, Mike Poulin. Possibly the save of the tournament. Down but not out. Look at this.
Wow. Look, watch this right here from Poulin.
Stick save and a beauty.
And then back the other way it goes with a backhand gem there for Cole. The long bomber for Corbeil. And the top corner snipe for the Great Dane.
Give him a third assist. Come on.
Incredible stop for Poulin.
A save at one end, a goal at the other. The old adage. It starts with the goaltender, and Poulin has been fantastic. He didn't start this game. He started the third quarter in favor of Dylan Ward. We're not sure if that was a plan or not.
I got to believe it was. Got to believe it. Here's Matthews. Dean Smith. Low drive. Count it. Canada up to 19 now, and the lead 7.
It's fitting, Jake, because since 2003 when this tournament began, Canada has been averaging 19 goals a game during this 26-0 unbeaten streak. And stay hot, Dane Smith, a couple of goals in less than 30 seconds. He's up to a hat trick.
Well, it's not going to come to an end tonight. I don't know if it's going to come to an end on Saturday or even in the semifinal. But sooner or later, Team Canada is going to lose a game at the World Box Lacrosse Championships or the World Indoor Championships. So, prepare yourself, Canada, because it'll happen sooner or later. I don't know when, but it will happen. Under 4.5 to play. Every nation here getting better and better by the year. Jump shot from Stotts. Penalty call coming here to the Canadians. Nanticoke with it. He'll find Jamieson. Now Stotts. Jamieson down to the cutting Miles. Here's Nanticoke inside, and he's stopped by Poulin. Doesn't know where the ball is. As a dunk attempt from Durston was foiled, and here comes the call to Team Canada.
Yeah, Jake, you wonder why Canada's so good, and you look at the credentials. I knew I was doing color tonight. I want to do my best Brad Challoner impression, find some good nuggets.
There you go.
Some tidbits.
That's big shoes to fill. Well, small shoes, but you know what I'm saying.
So, with regards to first overall draft picks, Team Canada has a couple. They have 10 players drafted in the top 3, 16 players drafted in the top 5, 5 players who have recorded at least 100 points in the NLL, 3 MVPs, 9 first-team All-Pros, 2 Defensive Player of the Years, 2 Goaltender of the Years, 12 NLL championships.
Save some nuggets for later, man.
I couldn't wait to get it out. I wasn't leaving this microphone until.
Okay.
That's unbelievable.
Did your homework. Jackson, no good. 5 on the shot clock here for Nanticoke. Spins off of Ribish, shoots, and Poulin forced to make a save. The Nationals will get a new 30. The lead 7 as Corbeil in the box here for 123. 3:22 to go here in the 4th. Around the horn here for Jamieson. Stotts shoots, bounce shot. Poulin, no trouble with that one. No fooling Poulin, indeed. What a stop there from Mike Poulin minutes ago. I'm still marveling on that one.
You gonna trademark that one, or is that already?
No, somebody gave that to me. One of the buddies, old Chuck Hill.
Is the Poulin wall taken?
Yes, that's for Mike Poulin, of course. That one's been used plenty. No fooling Poulin, though. I kind of like it. Well done, Chuck. Parello, one-handed catch. Shots have tightened right up here, Brandon. 58-54, and I don't really feel like this is a 7-goal game here between Canada and Iroquois. I feel like it's a much closer game than what the scoreline says.
No, absolutely. Canada right now on a 6-goal run, Jake. They've scored 7 in this 4th quarter. I mean, the Iroquois have scored 4 times this quarter. That's usually good enough to be in the lead, but Canada just has too much talent.
Late shot from Doby, handled by Hill. And the Iroquois will clear here and won't have much time to work with on the 5-on-4 now. Corbeil up and standing.
Both these teams knew they were getting a bye into the semis. It's just a matter of who had maybe the easier path. It looks like it's going to go to Canada again for a 5th straight year.
So it'll be, just to break it down here for you, as Durston over the shoulder just missing. It'll be Finland and England tomorrow as Nanticoke denied by Poulin on another spectacular stop. Tomorrow is England versus Finland for the right to play Israel. And then it'll be the Czech Republic and I want to say Ireland for the right to play USA. Winner of that game will play Canada. Loser of that game is out, and then the winner of Israel and whoever wins between Finland and England will play Canada in the other set.
Look out. Big hit delivered there on Challen Rogers. Every official had their arm up, the crowd oohing and awing.
Let's get a replay of this as I was racking my brain for the schedule scenario here. And
Tyson Bomberry, watch this hit. Rogers with his head down, coming through the middle.
Oof. Clean hit.
It looked clean to me, didn't it?
It is. Just because it's a big hit doesn't mean it's a dirty hit.
I didn't see the call, but I'm going to guess illegal body contact.
Yeah, and like when a guy gets hit like that and then is able to pop right back up, you know it's a clean hit. Fans might remember old Pete Sky lit me up like that one time. My goodness. Took me right off my feet, knocked the wind out of me. Here's Matthews to Dixon, down to one more to McIntosh, couldn't get it. And then McIntosh with a well-timed chop there on Bomber, who was the man that hit Rogers. Now Jackson, as we're into the final 45 seconds here, as Canada will remain undefeated at the World Championships, move to 4-0 in the round robin, finish atop pool play in the blue division. Both Canada and the Iroquois will head for the semifinal. Iroquois will play the winner of Israel and the winner of Finland against England. Canada will play the winner of USA against either Ireland or the Czech Republic. Think I got that all straight. Final few seconds of this one.
27-0 at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships. Iroquois suffers their 7th loss since 2003. All 7 now coming against Team Canada. And the goal differential, Team Canada through 27 games all time, plus 372. That is a real number.
One final nugget from Brandon Astle right there. Your final shots on goal. 59-56 Canada. They beat the Iroquois Nationals by a final score of 19-12. And if this is a preview of the gold medal game coming up days from now, sign me up 367 times, Brennan.
Yeah, they gave Canada a scare. They gave the hometown crowd a scare.
What a game. What a game.
They're
and
short
again,
man.
the scoreline not really indicative of how good this game was.
No, it was not a 7-goal game. The shots are 59-56 for Canada. A ton of power plays for both sides. That equals a lot of shots, a lot of goals. Poulin, Ward, Hill deserve a lot of credit.